I have to do another traditional 980 Pro installation. What you see is this Asus with an SSD that's failed. Your computer has restarted unexpectedly or encountered an unexpected error. Windows installation cannot proceed. To install Windows, click OK. Restart the computer and restart the installation. So what that's basically saying is the drive is bad. Unfortunately, because of the way it fails, it can't give you proper English. It's not able to tell you exactly what's going on because of the failure. So I figured I'd do this here. It is a fairly straightforward repair, so I thought it was worth showing off. I am going to do it live. I'm going to turn off the machine. Gotta learn to look at the camera when I'm supposed to. Alright, it is now off. There we go. Oh wow, that picks up a lot of dust. Can't change the ISO output on that camera, can you? Alright, let's see here. So I have this screwdriver from iFixit. I forgot what size it is. It's probably a P5 or a T5 or so. You should always have these, there we go. That camera, let's go there. Have a set of these screws here. But it's a pentalope. It's either a 5 or a 6-sided screwdriver. I was looking for my labeled screws and I can't screwdriver kit, and I can't find them. So anyway, it looks like a T5 or a P5, same size as a Apple sort of screw. So anyway, I'm going to just open this up. This is a ZenBook Pro, and there we go. Oh good, I was wondering if the camera was upside down. So yeah, if you get random errors when you start up your machine, it can possibly be a failed SSD. It's a fairly common failure. In fact, it's my experience that SSDs are not that much more reliable than a mechanical drive, and mechanical drives are pretty much on their way out. Unless you have reason to have, you know what? I got some chirping. I'm going to interrupt here. Hold on a second. Let me turn this off here. Shut up. There we are. Okay, yeah, my battery backup. The battery's needing replacement, so it's chirping, letting me know it needs a new battery. So anyway, so I'm pulling these cables, these screws out, and yes, I will show more detail. Can we get more light there? There we go. That helps a little bit. Probably go a little closer. There we go. There. Okay. I don't think that's in my way yet. Let's see. If your machine was built in the last 2 or 3 years, it's probably powered on an SSD, an M2, or the smaller M2 chip. What is it? Okay. Where can I get my fingers under here? I'm going to flip it around. I'm trying. Let's see here. I can't get my fingers under there. Oh, almost. I did actually take this apart because I needed to know what kind of drive options I had and to make sure that I wasn't downgrading the customer's machine. One of the biggest issues is, especially with HP, they like to put screws underneath the feet, and in fact, yes, now I remember, Asus, that's why this pisses me off. So one of my biggest issues, or pet peeves, I guess. Yes. I just had to remove 2 feet because the engineers at Asus and HP think it's cute to hide screws underneath rubber feet that you need glue to reattach. It's dumb. That's why I was having trouble. There. Always be careful, because it's a common issue, especially on those two brands. There's our culprit right there. It's hard to see. Oh man. I wonder if there was water damage. It looks like it. There's all sorts of, I don't know if that's grease. It's like some sort of weird. Anyway, that looks like a black tape has been sealed on top of both the battery and, yeah, that's why. So this piece of, let's see if we can get some better light here. Right there. Ah, yeah, you can see what's going on there. So the engineers at Asus don't want me in here. They put this piece of tape here so that I'm forced to basically tear it. So that if the customer went to Asus for warranty repair, they try to deny it, which is illegal. They can't deny you access to your computer. You do literally own it. So that is ultimately why they're not legally allowed to tell you to repair your own stuff. All you have to do is look up Magnus and Moss. Just Google it. They can't legally tell a customer. They can't open the hood and peek around. So, let's see here. You know what? I think I might be able to remove that SSD without breaking that tape. Let's see here. Ooh, perfect screwdriver. I just picked up the first. Oh, so now we're back to the Phillips head screwdriver. So you can see the basic attempt at keeping people out of their machines. Let's find a screw head that most people don't have laying around, and then they get back to the Phillips, because once they get in. Okay, so you know what? Let me undo the battery. Let me find a flat. Let's see here. Plastic spudger. Plastic spudger, let's do that. Oh, there we go. Plastic spudger. If you haven't noticed, I've changed things around a bit. I think I like it. Over here. See, sometimes I pretend I'm a hotshot and work with the battery still plugged in because I'm afraid I'm going to break the connector. This feels like a stiff connector. It really... Okay, so yeah, I'm just trying to unplug this battery, which I ultimately need to replace anyway, but the customer's battery's delayed. They ordered it themselves. They're going to bring it to me. I don't want to unplug that because I don't want to break it. Well, that's... Yeah, so... No, there you can see better. Right here. I'm trying to unplug this connector. It's not supposed to be so difficult. But of course... Oh, man. Oh, frickin'. I'm using a plastic spudger because I don't want to accidentally jab this motherboard with a metal screwdriver. Or metal tool otherwise. I'm really having to jam down on that. Let's see here. Yeah, your chances. Hey, oh, is this? Ah, look at that. That little tape here is not glued down to the battery. Interesting. Well, there's our SSD. Oh, wow, that's an anemic SSD. Look at that. There's hardly any circuitry on there. Wow. All right. Well. Oh, it is a mini. Yeah, no, it's a full M2. All right. So all we need to do. You know what? Frankly, it's against the rules to be working with the battery still plugged in, but I don't really want to risk breaking that connector. So I've just removed the SSD, which is bad, and I'm going to replace it with this, the 980 Pro Samsung SSD. It's a PCIe 4.0 NVMe M2 SSD. There's alphabet soup for you. Having fun? Alright, so this is one of the more common and straightforward repairs. If your machine was built in the last 3 years or so, it probably is powered on one of these SSDs. Man. Okay. That SSD hardly has anything going on it. Look at that. It's almost like most of the SSD is just placeholders, so it fits in a full-size M2 chip. It's only at 256. There we are, yeah. Can you read that? Let's see if I can read that. Ah, there we go. It's a 256 drive. So he's getting an upgrade. He's not just getting, look how much more is going on this Samsung. I don't want to show you your serial number here. Hold on. All right. Anyway, where is the serial number on here? There. Check that out. There's just a whole lot more going on this chip. Samsung is my go-to brand for this upgrade. And there we go. Again, I'm breaking the rules. I'm installing it part without unplugging the battery, because I don't want to risk breaking the connector. I've put in a little bit of effort, and I really don't want to break the machine. Yeah, I don't want to destroy the motherboard. So, here we go. And then I'm going to grab this Phillips head screw. What was that? What the heck was that? Oh, Alan, hi, how are you? You liked the video. That's what that was. That sounded like someone just entered a church entrance. That was biblical. All right, so. Yes. Thanks, Alan, for liking the video on Facebook. Give me a call at 855-434-8787 if you want a live phone call or conversation. To give me something to talk about. All right, so there we go. So this thing here is the heatsink. It is made of metal, and I thought this was a piece of tape the company put in there so that they can tell when you've been in here, but apparently this flap here, in fact it's felt, it's not even just a piece of plastic. Well, that's interesting. It covers, it's glued to the heatsink, then you got that gummy material that helps keep things cool. Yeah. I just don't know why they put that tape there. Or that's like a flap. I don't want to call it a flap. Yeah, let's just call it a flap. So there we go. Oh, right. Hi, how are you? Ah, mail.
Got one for you.
Got it. Nice. Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You have a nice day, sir.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your day. There you go, UPS. I think I know what that is. Alright, so, I got distracted here. So, I got so excited about putting this drive in that I forgot to put the heatsink back on. So, there we go. There we go. There. There. That's pretty much it. It is technically a one screw swap. And there we go. Okay, so since that's pretty much all I needed to do inside the machine, now I sometimes don't screw it tight just in case I have to reseat something, but I'm going to be confident this time, and I'm going to screw it shut just because I don't want to have to worry about things coming loose. I don't want to short circuit something on the inside. This cover is also a protector of all things inside the machine. There we are. So the dirty work is done. Let's see here. Can't quite get it to fit. There we go. Ah, there. There. Now we're good. So we're going to go back to our probably a P5 or a T5 screw. I'm going to install these screws that are, let me see here. Let's go back up a bit now that the details are no longer needed. So remember, if you're trying to do this yourself, there's always some smarter than you engineer who thinks that the machine will never need to be readdressed, so they will literally glue a foot over the screw so you can't get in for future use. That's just the way these engineers think sometimes. It pisses me off. So there we go. We're going to lock this machine up. And yeah, the physical labor is almost done. So now we're just going to take a copy of Windows 11 and install it. These days, to install Windows on an empty drive, you pretty much just have to hurry up and wait. Come on, there we go. Grab, grab, grab. Nope, not doing it. There we go. Wasn't all the way down. There. Okay. Yeah, the lighting changes a lot because of the angle of this bottom here. It's kind of, it's like a, it's a straight angle. It's not curved. That's why the lighting isn't being caught just right. Let's see here. There, now you can see. Yeah, most laptops are fairly straightforward. Apple does not let you replace their SSDs anymore. They haven't since 2017, I think. No, 2017 was the first year where you were stuck. That's a little unfortunate, but yes, that's just the way it is. So, just witness the same repair I do probably once a day on a myriad of hardware devices. Your memory, Windows, and all your data sits on the stick I just pulled out of there. It's the most common failure in any computer. SSDs are actually not that much more reliable than mechanical drives, as I've seen. It's taken up until the last year or two for me to realize that, because SSDs have been the more rare technology. But now that they're fairly mundane, fairly straightforward, fairly common, yeah. I think I've cross-threaded a screw here. It just doesn't feel right. Nope, I'm going to revisit that one. Let's do this one here. All right. All right. Right, it's not totally in. There we go. There. Now it is. There. Always double check that before you hand over the machine. Oh, magnet's pulling the screw out of the hole. Well, that explains that. All right. Okay, now I'm going to plug this in. Oh, I had it plugged into my chirping UPS, but it's been plugged in all night, so the battery should be nice. Oh, you know what? The customer said that the battery doesn't hold a charge. That's why he's getting it delivered. I'm going to have to figure out how to unplug that battery without damaging the motherboard or destroying the motherboard. So unfortunately, I am going to have to plug this in and turn my chirping battery on. There we are. Okay, so now I'm going to get my copy of Windows. Yes, yes, yes. I just had it in my hand yesterday. I couldn't have had it that far. Copy of Windows. Oh, there it is. It was under a bag. All right. Hey, look at that. I'm going to go straight to BIOS. Look at that. So, when you first turn on a machine, in this case, the Asus BIOS utility shows up. How fancy. Woohoo! So this is what happens when you turn an Asus on with an empty drive. Not all machines do this. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a drive go straight to a machine go straight to the BIOS when the drive is empty. It's usually a black screen. So this is what happens on an empty drive. So maybe if this drive just went totally missing, it would have given us this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn it off. And by default, I'm going to guess that this machine is just going to look at my copy of Windows 11. Turn off. Okay, so the primary 99. Oh yeah, the battery's definitely failed. Turn off. So, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It will not store any power. Okay, so do we have any? Oh, we do have one USB A. Okay, cool. So this is my USB with Windows 11. Plug that in. Now I'm going to plug the power back in. Okay, now I'm going to turn it on. And now I'm going to guess it's just going to find my USB stick. Look at all that dirt on that screen. That's calibrated for a brightly lit screen. Okay, here we go. There's our Asus logo. So now it's totally normal for Windows 10 and 11 to stand here at a blank screen for the better part of 10 to 20 seconds. That's my experience on a lot of these more modern machines. All right, come on. Here we go. Shane, how are you? Johnny, I haven't really done Discord. I have it. I have the account, Shane, but I haven't used it in a while. But anyway, I've changed things around again. I'm experimenting again. I got a few bucks to play with, so I'm going to buy another camera, change my lighting around. But anyway, here we go. There's our Windows installation. So, your Windows 11 or Windows 10. I love how Windows 11 and Windows 10 are identical. You can easily install Windows 11 up to the first 2 or 3 minutes and not know whether you're installing 10 or 11. The interface is almost identical. You don't know until you get to the part where the font size has been increased with Windows 11. So, here we go. We're going to pretend we're rockstar lawyers and we read the whole EULA. We're going to hit next. Oh, actually, we're not presented with the EULA yet. Next. Install. A little fuzzy here. Let me see here. All right. Setup is starting. So we bought a 1 terabyte SSD. We're quadrupling the storage capacity of this machine. So the way is it? Hey. So how can I talk to you then? Okay, call me. 855-434-8787. I'll put you on speakerphone. You will be heard. This is you I'm making fun of. All right, there we go. This is where we pretend we're rockstar lawyers, and we're going to scroll like we read the whole darn thing. Yeah, we actually don't have to scroll. I hate it. Some of the EULAs force you to scroll down. We're going to say we accept it because we read it. Then we hit next. Here we are. Where's my phone? Oh, there we go. Yes. Custom. Hey, oh, shucks. You know what? I got so excited about going live. No, wait, hold on a second. This is a Samsung. I've never had to go get drivers for a Samsung driver before. Let's see here. So it's not seeing the drive. Let's see here. This is the first time I've ever actually had to go. Let me go into the BIOS and see what's going on. There's nothing to load. Browse. Let me see here. Alright, well, let me go back into the BIOS. Well, that's weird. Okay, well, I'm going to have to go into the BIOS. Lovely. And see if it even sees the Samsung. So let's go, let it go into the BIOS. Yeah, Shane, give me a call at 855. Oh, you know what? Are you Yeah, I guess you can't call me on that number. It's an American number. Yeah, let me enable HCI. That's what I was checking. All right, so here's our BIOS. All right, let's see here. Oh, no storage. Hey, Shane, it says it doesn't even see the drive. Will it? The BIOS, even if it's not an AHCI, it should still see the drive physically installed. You can see right now. Let's see here. No storage drive present. That's a lie. Let's see here. 8 gigs of RAM. Serial number. I need a real mouse. This touchpad sucks. Hold on. This touchpad sucks. Let me plug my trackpad in. This touchpad is unusable. I mean, there's nothing technically wrong with it. I'm just a little bitch when it comes to touchpads. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Let's see. What does it give you? Yeah, you know what? You can call me on Facebook Messenger. There you go. Oh, I do get mouse access. Good. So it's not seeing... Oh, of course. And I was confident in closing up the machine too, wasn't I? All right. What do we think the problem is, Shane? It's not seeing the drive. Boot menu. Cancel. It sees a blank. Advanced setup. You know what? It does not even see an SSD physically installed. Boot. Boot priorities. Nothing to boot from. What are you thinking? Okay, let me see here. Go into the advanced. No, I am in the advanced mode. I did do, advanced over here. Oh, you know what? Let's see here. I wonder if the NVMe, let's see here. Then where, Shane? Make me look good. I'll make you look good. Advanced. I'm in the advanced mode there. Let's see here. Let's see if I can give you some better access. There we go. Which port did you install the SSD into? I only have one option. Let's see here. SATA. It is in an AHCI mode. Check that out. Yeah, right there. And I have no other options either. That's weird. I technically don't have options. What do you think's going on? Normal options to enable or disable what ports are connected. Right. But you have to understand the M2. I think on some BIOSes you can turn on and off. What other options does it give you? This is a fairly anemic motherboard here. Delete boot option. I don't have any boot options to delete. Security. Password. Oh, I/O interface. Wireless unlock. HD unlock. Card reader unlock. Camera unlock. External ports unlock. Bluetooth, USB unlock. Advanced. That's weird. I don't have an HDMI dropdown. Save, exit, and go back into the BIOS. Got it. Okay, save, exit, go. Save, exit. Save, exit. Oh wait, exit. Let's see here. Save changes. Okay. Exit. Yes. Quit. Oh wait, I just said save. Come on. How do I get out of here? Main. Save and exit. Save changes and exit. Yes, there we are. Okay, so we're going to restart. So now we're going into the BIOS again. Thank you, Shane. This machine is you know what? Just when you think there's nothing more to learn, you get something like this. So again, storage device is not present. But what I think I want to do is open it up and reseat. Any option for factory reset defaults? Let's see here. I would imagine so. That's usually the case. Advanced default. There we are. Optimize defaults. There. Okay, so yeah, no boot options there. That's just really weird. Okay, so let's do this. Let me pull the drive out and see if maybe that's really weird. I got overconfident and locked this puppy up. That's just really weird. Let me take these screws out again. That's really weird, Shane. This machine is a bigger challenge than I anticipated today. What do you think the problem is? Alright. That's really weird. I do know that if I reinstall Windows on a stock SSD, what will happen? Oftentimes, Windows, the default loader, will require its own special BIOS. I've never had to do that for one of these Samsungs. See which port you install the SSD. Okay, well, see which port you install the drive into? Okay. Well, I don't think I have any options. I just have the one SSD. The M2 port. That's weird. This is a literal first. Okay, so I think I got all the screws out. As a better practice, I tend to just screw things shut real quick because I don't want to damage anything and leave everything exposed while I'm using it. Alright, so let's make sure. Okay. There's our drive, there's our machine. See? Why will this not work? Okay, so it doesn't look like I made the mistake of... you know what? It did. Did the original SSD have a blue connector on it or something that changes the connector? No. Here's the original. Look at that. It's only a 256 gig drive, so it all, I mean, everything under my finger is empty. It's just motherboard or daughter board material. So no, there's not an added connector. And it is a real M2 MVNE. So we don't have options. There's no other M2 option. Yep. It does not want to do it. Okay, so I'm just basically going to reseat this thing. And I'm not going to put the heatsink in right now, since I totally destroyed my own confidence as far as maybe I won't need to be in here again. We'll try this. Okay, let's try this again, Shane. Okay, so I'm not going to screw it tight, but I am going to put the cover back on. Just because. Okay, let's try this again. So this machine is non-functional until the battery gets here. I mean, as far as not being plugged in. Okay. Right. So let's see what happens now. Turned it on. There's our BIOS bootloader screen. All right. Hey, now it sees it. I reseated it. Well, there you go. See what happens when you get overconfident? You lock it up and suddenly you think everything's good. Shane, you know what? I think just reseating it was our problem. So now I'm going to turn it off. Battery is useless, so there's a nice way to turn it off right there. Alright, so now SSD is plugged back in. Memory stick's plugged in. Now let's try this. Alright. Now I feel better. I was getting sad. I was going to start crying on camera. There we go. Look at all that dust. Remind me to clean this screen before I hand it to the customer. Woo, look at that dust. Alright, drum roll. Here we go. Drum roll. This is normal. Here we go. Windows should be here any second. Of course, this is normal. 10 to 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds even. There we go. Here comes Windows. Yes. Have you, Shane? I just was making fun of the fact that this screen is dirty. The ISO settings on this camera are so diligent about picking up the slightest dirt. Next, install. All right, lessons learned. Don't get too confident in locking up the machine. It's actually a lesson I learned years ago. But hey, custom install. There's our drive. Yes. Oh, you got 500. Got it. Okay. I thought this was a terabyte. Alright, well, he bought it himself. If this was my purchase, I would have put a terabyte in there. That's just my go-to size. So there we go. Hurry up and install Windows. Shane, thank you for your help. Well, there we are. Yeah, you can call me on Facebook Messenger since you're not within the confines of my phone number, 855-434-8787. Yes. Yes, I know. I'll put this thing on as soon as Windows is done. This should only take another 10 minutes. All right. Oh, Shane, you want to stick around? Did you know that I can get Windows Home, Windows 11 Home, on a local account? Gigabytes, yes, 500 gigabytes. It's 500 jiggers. Okay, what I'm looking for. Right. So, have you seen about my my little trick? Right here. I'm gonna get this Windows Home edition of Windows 11 on a local account, even though you're not supposed to. Oh, I'm looking at you over here. Sorry. Yeah. Did you know you can do that? basically you jump start it. You get Windows on an Ethernet connection right as you're creating the account, and then you take it away. All right, 35% done. Oh, my freaking nose itches. I don't think you guys want to watch me pick my nose. Oh, there we go. Wow. 83, 44%. There we are. 46. Facebook isn't giving me any options to call. Facebook Messenger, South Bay Tech Gurus. Yeah, I will, Shane. As you see, I've been doing a lot of reorganization. I got some storage. I'm going to be taking a lot of my crap over to the desert where I got some property. So I'm digging out what I know I don't need here at the office. So it's a pigsty short term, and then I'll start getting serious about organization. Yeah, the trick to getting Windows Home 11 online is to giving it, I'm going to show you right here. If you only have access to Wi-Fi, it doesn't work. So I'm going to, and this machine doesn't have Ethernet, but I've got a USB adapter. So I'm going from Ethernet to USB-A. All right, 72% done. All right. Yes, I will get Discord working again once I get my organization up. But right now, I got to get rid of my junk. Ultimately, we're all getting kicked out of this building, so I want to make sure that when I get out, I don't have that much to move around. Sorry, I keep looking at the my monitor over there. 80%, good. Windows 11. This is an Asus Zen book. If you haven't read the little, oh, you can't quite see that. There we go. Oh, well, you still can't see it because the bezel's so dark. But anyway, well, that's weird. Can you find the South Bay Tech Gurus? Oh, you know what? Find me on Chris Sabrito. Just find me on Facebook as Chris Sabrito and see if you can Facebook message me that way. Shane. 94%. 11:27. Yes. Yeah, Facebook Messenger as Chris Sabrito. No call options on Facebook Messenger. There should be under Chris Sabrito. You're looking at me through, what's it called? South Bay Tech Guru's page. 96% done. I know you've messaged me before. That message, is that out of date? Have you tried on the Chris Sabrito? CHRISSOBRITO? Alright, it's restarting. It's about to restart. Finishing up. Here we go, it's restarting. Alright, this is a Ryzen 5 5000 series machine. Alright, so good. We've got Windows installed. Look at all that dust. No call options on Facebook Messenger. There should be under Chris Sabrito, not South Bay Tech Gurus. Although I thought on South Bay Tech Gurus you should be able to anyway. Alright, here we go. So this is where we create the account for Windows 11. It's almost there. Drum roll. Oh, you know what? It's gonna... Come on. Come on. You know what? It tried to boot. There you are, Shane. There we go. Let's try this again. Shane, there you are. There we are. You there, Shane?
Yeah.
There. Good.
Once Windows is installed, one bit of software to install on the laptop, the Samsung Magician
Oh, right. Oh, that's interesting. I got the same error. Can you see that on the screen? I got the same error I had before the computer was restarted. Oh, shucks. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, let's try this again. It got stuck.
I missed that bit.
Well, it's live. You can see what's going on. Well, that's interesting. Let's try this again. So I got the same message I had on what I thought was a bad drive, but I interrupted the boot because I thought it was trying to boot off of the SSD, the memory stick again. So let's try this again. What's the? Can you Google what the boot key is for an Asus?
Isn't it like F2 or F12?
Is it? It usually is. Oh, you know what? Let's just do this. Of course, power. Let's see. Let's try F8 through F12. What is it?
I think it's probably going to be F12, I think.
I think I tried it, but maybe I wasn't pounding it enough. Here. Let's see here.
It might be an idea to shut the laptop down and put the heatsink back on.
Yeah, that's a good time to do that. Yep. Let's do that. Let's do that. How annoying. Alright.
I can definitely see the screen because it's got loads of dirt all over it.
Oh yeah, this is a filthy machine. And it's not even like it's obvious until you get it on camera because the ISO settings pick it up, amplify it. Okay, the drive's actually not that hot. It's just barely warm. Alright, good. But it's weird to see that I did have to reseat something because I was so confident. You know what? Let me put this down. I don't want to risk dropping it. Okay. Oh, and you didn't see. I'm supposed to replace the battery eventually, but it's still on for delivery.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't unplug the battery to put the drive in because I was afraid of breaking the connector.
Presumably the battery's taken forever to be delivered because of all the COVID stuff.
Probably. There we are. Okay. Yeah, and I don't understand what this flap is on top of the heatsink. I thought it was glued to the battery so that when I removed it, I would be forced to break the seal so that Asus would know that I was in there. Okay, good. Now the heatsink's back in place. Okay, I'm still not going to close it all up because you know how that goes. Jesus. You caught that part, right? How annoying. Yeah. You get overconfident. Oh, well, we'll just seal it up right now. I won't have to go back in there. Okay, so I interrupted it because I thought I was trying to boot off of my memory stick. So, is the right boot key? I'm going to have to Google it. Oh, yeah, you got my phone busy. So, what is the boot key for, let's see here, Asus boot key. F8. It's F8. There we are. It's F8.
That's the first time I've come across a machine that uses F8 instead of F12.
Yeah, that's why you see how that goes. We both pretty much know what we're doing, and apparently it's F8. And sometimes you have to hit the FN key to activate the F keys. I've learned that job recently. Okay, I'm smashing that F8. I don't know if I did it in time.
If it doesn't work, you can maybe try it using a USB keyboard.
Right. Yeah, I've done that too. Although then I'll need a splitter because this thing only has one USB A port. So, yeah. Okay, so F8. Turn it F8, F8, F8. Smash, smash, smash. Smash, smash, smash. Oh wait, you know what? That's a generic. Yeah, that is the Asus website. No, I think it's booting straight to my install that's broken. Nope, I think it, yep, nope, it's missing it. Alright, so that didn't work. Like you said. Oh, it could be escape, lovely. But I think escape's going to get me to the BIOS.
It says here, after entering the BIOS configuration, press the F8 key or use the cursor to click on boot menu and then it should go from there.
Right. Okay, so I turn it back on. Escape. There we go. Oh, okay. I thought the escape might get me to the BIOS. Okay, so there we are. There we go. So, yeah, escape got us here. So now I'm going to go to the UEFI. There's my copy of Windows. I might not have been patient enough. So, we'll just reinstall Windows, we'll repartition that little bitch, and then we'll go from there.
See if it's detecting the drive.
Well, I'm going to be annoyed. Yeah. Jeez, that's the first time in a long time I've had to reseat a hard drive, or an SSD. Drum roll. Okay, looks like it's good. Well, at least for the Windows installation. I'm starting to do, I've only installed Windows 10 on a few machines lately in the last few weeks. Okay, so install now. There we are. There we are. Oh, there's a nice symmetric. God, I gotta replace that chirping you hear is a dead battery in my UPS, my battery backup.
Oh, okay.
Can you? Is it picking up on the microphone?
A little bit, yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's delete these partitions and start over.
It's almost like you've got Germany cricket in the background.
Yeah. I wish you could turn that. I don't think there's a way to turn that off. All right, cool. So now we're reinstalling. Let's try this again. Just when you think you're an expert and you're not going to learn anything, bam!
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. So I guess I don't have to reseat the drive. That's a positive.
Just make sure you don't delete the USB one.
Actually, you can't. You know, in the Windows installer, it doesn't present the USB external memory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I thought I made that mistake one day. I freaked out because I think I forgot to unplug a USB customer's memory stick. Turns out it doesn't populate in the installer. I lucked out. That was a lucky. Yeah, I can't believe it. I've never seen a full-sized M2 where half the chip is just motherboard material. Look at that. Yeah. The chip is all under my fingers. Everything above my fingers is empty.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of them at work in the last couple of years or so because at my work they use Dell laptops.
Right.
And most of the M.2s that they use are like tiny and similar to the one that you're holding where it's got like an extender bit to make it the correct length.
Right. Yeah, those smaller ones are slower though, aren't they? Aren't the smaller ones slower?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but it's slower than the Samsung.
Did I miss something? This machine turned itself off. That was weird. That was really weird.
I thought it was supposed to like get to a point and then
Yeah.
you're meant to like, I don't know at what point you're meant to like remove the memory stick.
Well, as it restarts, you know how it does that like 15-second countdown? You should be able to remove it at that point.
Hmm.
That is weird. This machine's giving me grief. Let's try this again. Okay, so you notice how this machine might have a myriad of issues. We'll find out the hard way. Okay, escape, escape, escape. Smash that escape key. Screw smashing the like button. Smash that escape key.
Does the escape key get you into the BIOS then?
No, that's what I thought it would do. And then you Googled it and said, go ahead. Oh, so we have an option. I have the option of boot off the UEFI or enter setup. So we're going to boot off the USB stick. We're going to wait here patiently for a good 30 seconds.
So if you remove the memory stick, does it not boot off the SSD and then continue with the Windows installation?
Well, if I remove the UEFI copy of Windows 11, it's going to default to whatever boot options are available physically. So, like if it's an empty, what I've learned is if this drive is empty, in this particular Asus, if the drive is empty, it'll go straight to the BIOS, which is not the default boot behavior on most devices. Most devices will just either hang at the boot logo, or they'll hang at a blank screen. They don't normally go all the way into the BIOS on an empty drive. All right, drum roll. Let's see if we can get this going. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I got to the point where I repartitioned the drive, and then it got stuck. Okay, good. Legalese. Next. Custom. Yeah, and it even got to the point of repartitioning the drives. Delete. Okay. Delete. Okay. There we are. Okay, so now we're going to go next. I don't know how latent this is. I don't know how many seconds. You know, Myron, he gives me all sorts of grief for how latent how delayed the video is. He gives me so much grief. Alright, so let's see what happens when we get past here.
Got to delete all the drives again.
I did that. Yeah, you can't see that. I've already done that. I'm doing the progressive percentage increase. So it's at 9%, 10%. Yeah, it amazes me how with Windows 7 being installed on a CD, it would take literally like 45 minutes, and then these days a later version of an OS from an SSD installs in like 10 minutes. All right. 23%.
The throughput from like a USB 3 thumb drive to the SSD is going to be a lot quicker than what it used to be, like when it was USB 2.0 or CD.
Right. Well, USB 3 is also an option these days also. Although the transfer time, I don't know if you're actually going to notice. I don't know if it takes 15 minutes to install Windows from a USB-A memory stick, is it actually any obviously faster from a USB-C stick?
I think so, yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't know, I've never tried it, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be fun to test that out, just to see if you can install Windows in 5 minutes from a USB stick. USB-C stick. Yeah, I said USB-C, I think. Okay, so when we get to that countdown, I should be able to remove that stick so that it doesn't prioritize the external stick. We're basically 54% done. I don't know what percentage are you looking at? What does it say?
I can't really see.
Well, I'm glad you at least tell me that. Is it too blurry?
I think, is it 44% now?
No, well, it could be. For you, it could be, but for me, it's 64. As I speak, it's 65. All right. Well, so
Yeah, like you were saying, there's a delay.
a lot of delay. Yeah, and Myron gives me all sorts of grief. He's giving me shit. So when I get the budget, I'll upgrade some of my hardware so there's not 30 seconds of delay. When you're going live, you just have to deal with the latency of slow internet. Yeah. Well, my internet's not particularly slow, but it is an older, slower computer. So, all right, 77%, 78, 79.
180.
Right now, if it gets to 180, something's up. All right. Okay, so when it gets to that that green bar that progresses right after the 99, 100%, that's when I'll remove this. And that's when I think I crashed it because it was probably trying to boot off of the external stick. That chirping is driving you nuts, isn't it?
Intel inside and idiot outside.
Is this the computer I'm expecting? Let me see here. Let's see, UPS ground. What did I order UPS ground?
That's not normally user error.
Well, it got here overnight. Let's see here. 96%. Is this my customer's computer? I looked yes, this is what I was waiting for. Got it. Customer's computer is now here. I can work on it. Good.
What's that?
It's a computer for a customer. There we go. Let me remove the stick. There we are. All right. Yeah, I'm going to set up I ordered a computer for a customer, so now I'm going to set it up.
Oh, okay.
I missed it yesterday. It was supposed to be overnight. Good, now it's working. Thank you very much. Ah, my Amazon deliveries are here. Good. Yeah, you know what? I think that's what happened. I think I crashed it when I moved the stick. Oh, well, that's interesting. It goes to reboot, and it doesn't technically reboot. It turns off. That's weird. I'm glad I have witnesses. I've never seen that. This ZenBook should be restarting. So now I'm going to try to turn it on. Okay, it reboots. Please don't give me that error message. No! You see that? The computer restarted unexpectedly or encountered an unexpected error. Windows installation cannot proceed. To install Windows, click OK to restart the computer and then restart the installation. So this is the same error I got on the original drive. So what the heck?
Is that Windows 11 you were trying to install?
Yes. Oh, you know what? Maybe. Yeah, there's a point. Maybe I should try to do Windows 10.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that. That's a good idea. I like that idea. All right. Maybe this thing is just not celebrated enough for Windows 11. Usually, though, when you try to do 11, it says this computer is not compatible. That's why I was confident that 11 would work. So I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to smash the escape key. Come on.
Has it got a CMOS battery on the motherboard?
I didn't see one. If it does, it's on the back side. Okay, so now let's go to USB. So now I hit the escape key. I'm going to boot off of this USB stick. This stick has Windows 10 on it. So, there's our Windows 10 logo. Oh, you know what? It booted a lot faster.
So let's try 10 then.
Yeah, I'm going to try 10. Good idea. I'm not sure I would have been so quick to come up with that idea. Because usually Windows 11 just says, nope, not compatible with this hardware. Okay, so we're going to delete the partition. That's funny, the resolution's lower than on 11. Alright. Delete. Okay. Okay, now let's try this.
Because if you can get 10 on there, you can maybe try and upgrade from 10 to 11.
I can try that, yeah.
If that fails, then just go back to 10.
Right, yep. I think the firmware, you know, some of the newer hardware is not compatible with Windows 11 yet because of certain firmware updates that have not been pushed out.
And I don't know, I've not seen the requirements for Windows 11, but don't you need to have TPM security chip 2.0 on your motherboard?
Yes, you do. Yes. Oh, that's interesting. This thing just turned off. I'm wondering if this thing has overheating issues, but the fan doesn't. The fan's not an issue. Well, that's interesting, and it doesn't feel like it's, I mean, it feels warm to the touch. I think this machine might have some other issues. So, let's try this again. It just turned off. That's really weird.
I don't know, there must be a big delay because
Yeah.
I'm looking on the YouTube video and it's, there we go. It got to 7% and then shut off.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So this machine has potentially other issues. Now let's try this again. You got two experts being stumped on weird behavior. This is weird.
Is it processor overheating or is it the SSD hasn't got the heatsink on it properly?
No, I do have the heatsink installed properly.
Is it transferring the heat from the SSD to the heatsink properly?
Well, hopefully it's got that gooey, like a gummy material in between the heatsink and the metal.
Oh, okay.
So
it might just be the processor on the cooling between the processor and the heatsink assembly.
I'll check it out. We'll open it again. We'll figure that out. It doesn't feel like there's exorbitant amounts of heat coming from it. I mean, it is a warm running machine, but obviously that's normal. Okay, let's see if we can get past.
Maybe clogged up with dust in the fans.
Maybe, well, the fan looked pretty clean, and the fan is spinning. Even the BIOS gave me RPMs. Ah, weird. This time it, okay. Well, so let's open it up. Now it's giving me weird behavior. Unrelated. That's weird. Let me open this up. I got my plastic spudger. Let's see here. Yeah, the fan's clean. This is a pretty clean machine. Okay. That's weird. The Windows 10 stick caused it to crash. You know what? Just for giggles, I do have another Windows 10. I got a bunch of Windows 10 and 11 sticks. Let me just get another one. That'll also give us a second for this to cool down a bit. There's nothing wrong. Physically, I don't see anything wrong. The fan is spinning. Because I saw the RPM and I heard, you can hear this fan spin. Let me get.
Like touch the metal part of the heatsink for the processor. Is that just like warm or cool? Or
Let me see
really
here.
Or...
Let me see. I mean, it's kind of hot, but I would expect that to be. I mean, I've also been. It's off. Been off for 10 or 20 seconds. It's pretty darn warm. I could potentially. You know what? Let me see if I have any goo floating around here. Let me see if I have any thermal paste. I might have some in the car because I always like to make sure I have some in the car. Let me see if I have any in my supply here. see here. Yeah, I wasn't quite prepared to do that. Let's see.
You got rubbing alcohol as well.
Yeah, that I've been moving a lot of stuff around. Let me think. That would probably explain, because if he tried to reinstall Windows, maybe the SSD wasn't failing to begin with. It was just overheating. Let's see here. Do I have... I think I'm going to have to go to the car. I don't think I have any...
Any idea how old that laptop is?
Well, it has a USB-C port, so I'm guessing less than 3 years old.
So about 3 years.
I'm guessing if a USB-C, I mean, when did USB-C come available?
Good question.
Right. That's how I kind of figure out how old something is just at looking at it. I don't think I wasn't quite prepared to pull the CPU off of this thing.
I wondered if the thermal paste on the processor has dried out.
Yeah, that's ultimately
It's a bit warmer than it should be.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. This is... Let me see if I have anything here. Oh, I got a iFixit full kit here. Let me see if I have what I need in here. Let's see what I have. Alright, I got some spudgers, I got some picks. I got my adhesive remover. Oh, this is to do battery removals for a Apple laptop where they glue the battery in. Yeah, that's not for thermal paste. Let me go see if I have some in the car. Oh, you know what? I have my toolkit right. Let me see if I have any sitting in my collection of screws. Here's some. Great. Excellent. So I got these Arctic Silver 5. All right, perfect. Got it. Okay, so let's see about so I'm going to take your advice and we'll see if this machine is just overheating. Have you used this Arctic Silver 5?
I haven't done any thermal paste for a long time.
Yeah.
Because the machines I work are under warranty.
Right.
If they overheat, I'll just call Dell and a Dell engineer comes out and just swaps everything.
Yeah, you can't call them engineers. I used to have that job for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
We're not engineers. I did that job exclusively for 3.5 years. It was fun while it lasted. Job served its purpose. It gave me a window to do my own thing. Okay, so there. Okay, yeah. Is there a screw I'm missing? Is there one screw? There we go. All right. All right. Let's see. I gotta get. Adhesive maneuver. iFixit adhesive remover right there. That's not really adhesive. Oh, great. Are they going to make me scissors? man. I don't want to mess with my teeth. I can't. Let's see here. Oh, I got razor blades right here. I put my nice scissors in the car.
Is that green stuff like a thermal pad or something?
Yes, that's exactly what that is. It's the same stuff that's underneath the heatsink for the CPU. I'm sorry, the SSD.
I thought that was for like the GPU or something.
Yes, yeah, both.
Like the
Yes, what I have here, what you see on camera, is for the CPU. Oh, there we go. Of course, it goes squirting everywhere. All right. Lovely. I missed the computer. That's a good thing. All right. Good. So now I'm gonna take that junk off of the original
the heatsink.
heatsink. Yes. And see if this thing's just overheating. If we're lucky, this is our issue. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to use that on another corner, far from the machine. Okay. Let's put that cover back on so I don't destroy everything here. So now I'm going to get this.
I'm surprised that like the heatsink assembly hasn't come out properly.
Right.
It looks like it's dangling off of the laptop.
Yeah. There we go. Let's see here.
And then you have to clean it off the processor as well.
That's what I'm doing. You can't quite see it. I guess there's enough of a delay to where you'll see in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, or 30.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny listening to Myron bitch and moan. He's like, oh God, this is awful. I haven't heard from him in a week or two.
What about, was it Tom on Super Mario?
Oh, yeah. Tom the plumber. Yeah, he's doing his own thing. He works all day long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Has he ever come and like visited you recently, or?
Well, he shares the office with me, so he's here all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's enough time for me to go before I put the new stuff on. You think we're good?
I think so.
All right.
You've got a better idea than I do because you can see it properly.
Yeah. Okay, so CPU. Okay, so our GPU is where my physical. It says NVIDIA, so that's our GPU. The other one is probably the CPU. Whew. All right, so here we go. Oh man, it's not coming out. Oh, there we go. Man,
Is Arctic Silver 5 similar to like MX4?
I'm not sure how they compare. This is certainly not the cheapest stuff, but it's not the most expensive either.
Yeah. I could be wrong, but doesn't Arctic Silver 5 have like a long set-in period?
I don't know how long. Let's see here. If you want, you can Google it. Let's see here. Okay, I think we're good.
Oh, okay. It only requires 8 hours to kill.
Oh, really? Does that mean I'm not allowed to turn this thing on for 8 hours?
Supposedly.
God. What?
Hopefully it doesn't take that long to sort it out with regards to Windows.
High density poly silver thermal compound. Does it literally say 8 hours?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But that's to like cure so that. But it's only saying it'll probably drop to about 3 to 4 degrees Celsius after running for 8 hours.
Right. What happens if we try to turn this thing on now?
It'll probably just run slightly hotter. At least to start with anyway. But that should be fine.
Alright. Yeah, because I've never had to wait. I mean, I used to do warranty repair for Dell, and sometimes I'd have to remove the heatsink and put new thermal compound on. I've never waited.
Yeah.
Alright.
Did you put some on both the GPU and the
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I told her it's all pretty tart.
Yes, I did. Alright. Okay. So, let's see if now this thing doesn't crash on us. Okay, I don't want to get too excited about pushing down on that. Okay, Windows 10 plugged in. Plug in this USB-C. Good.
To maybe clean the screen before we power it on.
Yeah. It looks a lot better in person. This camera is picking up all sorts of ISO artifacts here. It's picking up so much of what we don't want. You know what? That kit should have the right. That's a little. I don't want to rub this material they gave me on it. I need a thermocloth. All right, hold on. Here we go. That's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
Install. Okay, so it came straight. Yeah, it's funny. This USB stick for Windows 10 boots faster.
If you go into the BIOS, I'm just wondering, does it show you the temperature of the processor in the BIOS?
Probably will. Well, let's see if we can get past our 7% here.
You got the Windows logo.
Yeah, that's delayed. I'm actually deleting partitions and now I'm hitting next. Okay, good.
Are you doing 10 again?
Yes. Because I actually got farther along with Windows 11 than I did with Windows 10.
Say what?
I got farther along with 11 than I did with 10. So, see, this is where it crashed right at Windows 7%.
Delete all of them and then click the format option so it wipes the drive.
Well, I did. That's part of what happens right here. Oh, 7%. It crashed. Okay, so let me do this. I have another memory stick in the car. Hold on. I gotta use another Windows 10. So let's, I mean, I've never had problems with that 10 stick. In fact, I used it yesterday. Let's see how well this one works. How annoying. Okay, let's turn this bitch on. I think this machine has weird anomalies.
I'd say after you've deleted all the partitions, I
Yeah.
would try and use the format option just to make sure it deletes everything off the drive.
I'll humor you.
Windows 10 or 11 installation.
Yeah, alright. I thought that's what happened when you hit the next and while you're watching all the calculation increase. But I'll humor you. All right, here's our Windows 10. We'll go through that motion.
Does it take 5?
All right, so okay, so delete, delete, delete. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and I'll humor you. Well, I'll hit new and then apply. That's weird. We can't get Windows 10 to go past 7%. Okay, so next. Let's see. Okay, here's the 0. Again, we're using a separate Windows 10 stick, so if it crashes at 7 again, we have unrelated issues. 1%, 2%, 4%, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wow, okay, so we only got past 7 before it crashed.
There's only 2 other things I can think of doing.
What?
One is just finding where the CMOS battery connector is and disconnecting the CMOS battery for like 10 or 15 seconds.
Yeah?
And plugging it back in. The other thing is having a look on the Asus website to see if there's a latest version of the BIOS for this laptop and updating the BIOS to the latest revision.
Yeah, usually when I do the Windows updates, I almost always find a firmware update available, which is interesting just because my customers aren't enthusiasts, so they don't generally keep up on their updates anyway. So yeah, that's the first thing I do is update the machine, and I love it when there's a firmware update available.
I mean, like a BIOS update. I
Yes.
mean, like Windows updates.
Well, yeah, but you understand that some BIOS updates are available and delivered through Windows Update. Yeah.
I normally do the BIOS update manually because all the driver update utilities that the different manufacturers do don't always detect and install that for you.
Right. Okay, so I might have had a bad memory stick.
Naughty memory stick.
Yeah, right. Well, these things wear out. So, oh, it died, I think. Yeah, so this machine just totally conked out. It's not restarting.
What I get?
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting. All right, so let's try this. What I want to try now, go back to 11, since Windows 11 did a full install.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that, now that it's cool, and see if we can, maybe because it's overheating, I want to see if we can get Windows 11 to crash in the same way these Windows 10 sticks crash. You see what I mean?
If that doesn't work, you might have to use your own computer and download the BIOS update utility and update the BIOS on that
Yes.
laptop first.
Yes, I agree. All right. Okay, so let's see. I know this Windows 11 works. We saw it install just about completely. I gotta just toss out a lot of my USB sticks because I know that a lot of them have been through the laundry and a lot of them have, yeah, they've just worn out. Yeah. But I do, when they do fail, when I recognize one is failing, I do throw it out.
Yeah, when I said clean the memory stick, I didn't mean like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I sound like our ex-president. Yeah, our ex-vice president. No, what's her name? Hillary Clinton. Yeah. What do you mean by literally wiping the server? I don't know if that joke came across your part of town, because that's American news. All right. So what we've dealt with. Go ahead.
She probably blew it.
All right, here we go. Okay, let's see how far 11 gets. So this is Windows 11. We've just tried 2 Windows 10 sticks with failed attempts. The machine physically just turns off. That's the sort of crashing we've dealt with. So now we're trying Windows 11, which I thought we got pretty darn far with. We got the same error message that the customer had in the beginning.
I don't think I saw that error message, not properly anyway.
In the very first part of the video, I was showing everyone the error message with the original drive. Alright, yeah, Windows 11 is actually installing faster than either of these 10 sticks. See, we're up to 17, 18, 18, 19. Yeah, I actually enjoy the fact that I get challenged on occasion.
The 2 memory sticks you've got Windows 10 on have been through the washing machine.
Potentially, yeah. But I used one of them yesterday with total success. So, yeah. Well, the thing is, I take these older ones because they're older. I recognize that Windows 10 is older, and I just put Windows 10 on the older sticks, and the smaller, newer ones have Windows 11. So at a glance, I could pick one up and know what's on there without having to plug it in. %. That's interesting. Windows 11 goes so much farther. 48, 49, 50. Meanwhile, let's see what Amazon sent me today. I love how lazy the Amazon guy is. He sees me sitting here and he puts it at the door and runs. Alright, what is this? Oh, I got another SSD to install for another customer. That's what this is. That's what this is. This one's a SATA drive. That's a 1 terabyte SATA drive. Oh, I got another AB switch. No, RCA to mini jack, because I killed one of my cables. And then 72%. Oh, I know what this is. This is a printer cable, a printer dust cover. There we are. Oh, is there something still in here? Yes. Oh, and zip ties. There we are. All right, 81%, 82%, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 91, 94, drum roll, 95,
100 and shut down.
yeah, right, 96. You know what? It's been a while since I've been this sort of challenged. Just when I get cocky and think, oh gosh, it's just another SSD install.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're like, oh, that's going to be easy.
Right. Okay, so it's got through the the green checkbox. That's what we're doing now.
Where is it now?
It's at the green checkboxes.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm going to pull my memory stick, restarting in 8 seconds. It's got the count. It's got the green progress bar.
I'll see in about 20 seconds.
Right. Got a blank screen, but it hasn't turned off yet. Good. No restarting. This is good.
I'm amazed the video's delayed by that much. I wouldn't have expected that.
Okay, yeah, so this thing turned off. So, yeah, so that we've got some sort of, it will not stay on.
So if you power it back on, does that boot into Windows and continue with the...
Well, let me see if it fixes it.
installation there?
This is where I think last time I tried that, we got that, yeah, this error message, the install Windows error. So, what the heck? What the heck? That's interesting. So Windows basically just fully installs, and then we get this message. The computer restarted unexpectedly. Asus ZenBook. Hey, can you Google Asus ZenBook shuts down randomly?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not an overcooling issue. Overheating issue.
Oh, it says an Asus laptop can keep shutting down because of either overheating, a faulty battery, or incorrect power management settings.
Okay, so we do have a faulty battery. We already know that. So, that tells me a lot. Wow, alright. Okay, but did it imply that even if it's plugged in, it'll still shut down? We're live.
Where's your light at? I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Disconnect the battery and then have it plugged into mains power only. Will that allow you to install Windows and do what you need to do?
we can try that. The reason I left it in there is because I was having trouble unplugging it, and I didn't want to get too excited and break the connector. But I think at this point, since I have to replace the battery anyway, I'm just going to have to do it. So, let me see. So power management issues technically could be part of the issue.
Possibly, yeah.
Really?
It also says about overheating of the CPU and GPU.
Well, that issue is no longer, since we've definitely replaced it with quality thermal paste.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see if I can safely unplug this battery without damaging it. Let's see, or destroying the motherboard.
You don't want to do that.
Right. Okay,
Another thing to maybe check is in the BIOS and see if it shows you the temperatures of the CPU and the GPU in the BIOS.
oh yeah, we'll check that this next time. Let me see if I can get this machine to function without the battery physically being here. And in fact, I'm going to unscrew the battery while I'm in here, since the new battery's on order anyway. I'm just going to get this. Alright.
Whilst you're in there, it might be worthwhile seeing if you can see or find where the CMOS battery is, or at least the connector for the CMOS battery.
If there is one, it's on the bottom side or the top side of the motherboard. I don't see one. So yeah, if there is a CMOS battery that's removable, I'll have to remove the whole motherboard.
Because on like Lenovo and Dell laptops I've dealt with, then half the time they've had the CMOS battery on the other side, but you've at least got access to the little connector, and you can temporarily disconnect it and then reconnect it back again.
Right. I gotcha. You know what? There's a some sort of nylon connector. No, that's not covering the battery. Huh. All right. So let me see if I can get this battery out of here. I can't do it while it's flat. Yeah, no CMOS battery under there. Man, this battery connector does not want to give itself up. Let's see here.
What model of ZenBook is it?
It's a ZenBook, hold on. I only saw the label underneath the monitor. I don't know the actual. Let me see, it's a ZenBook. Well, the model number is a Q as in Quebec 408 UG. That's Uniform Golf.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Was it Quebec?
Yeah, Quebec 408 Uniform Golf. Holy hell, this battery's a bitch. Damn. Are you checking YouTube to see if someone's removed this battery before?
Not the minute, no. The wrong model anyway.
Damn. That was a bitch. I think I got it.
You figured it out?
Yeah, I just wasn't pulling hard enough. Man. What a dumb design. Okay, well.
It's finding other models of ZenBook, but it's not the one you gave me.
What? What's found?
UX32VD, UX303U, UX425E, and other models, but I can't find the model number that you told me.
Oh, of course, that's how it works. Okay, let's see how this thing behaves without a battery physically even installed.
See if it'll allow you to power it on without the battery being connected.
Yeah. This machine. Ah, it's on already. Okay, so I'm going to turn it off. Pull that out. So yeah, the battery is not even capable of holding a charge for any period of time.
Is that the one you said you were waiting for the battery to be
Yes,
delivered?
that's correct. The battery's on the slow boat from China.
That'll take at least a month.
Yeah, right. Okay, so Yes, here we are. Okay, boot from the USB stick.
What did that error message say?
That air, well, if it comes up again, you'll see it. It's also the very intro of this video. Something about how the installation wasn't reliable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So try it again, basically. And that was the error we got on the initial SSD. Oh, look at that lens flare. Oh, there we are. The door was open. Okay, so Windows 11. Install now. God damn. I'm actually having to work hard for this one. Shucks.
They're getting their money's worth.
Yeah, right. Well, gee golly. Okay. Okay, so now I'll do the new. I'll hit apply, and then I'll click OK, and it gives me that warning about, oh, by the way, we can't do this without extra 2 little partitions. So it's formatting.
I'm like at least 30 seconds behind you because on the video it's now showing you deleting the partitions.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. That's a while back. Yeah. So I'm waiting for the next button to populate. Oh no! I had to click on the partition. There we go. Next. Oh no! Let's format it now. I'm so used to it doing it on its own. Format. Okay. Okay. Getting files ready for installation. 0%. I should not have had to pull so hard on that stupid battery connector. What a dumb design. Alright. 9%, 10%. Zenbook.
If this is still the same, then we might have to update the BIOS, and if that doesn't work, then I'll give it next dump.
Yeah, this machine's gonna have to be declared dead.
Well, at least until you manage to get another battery.
Well, this customer bought the hardware himself, so he's gonna get into. You know, I don't mind taking the drive off his hands, but the battery's useless to me. All right, let's see here. Come on.
What's it on percentage-wise now? Like 60%?
No, 39,
Oh,
40, 43. $50. It's half done. It didn't give you any more detail about what the issues might be about just being a bad battery or the
no, it had some suggestion with regards to common faults being the CPU, the GPU overheating, and also if it's got a faulty battery, then a faulty battery causes it to shut down as well.
well, but does that imply that it's also plugged in, or does that imply that, of course, it's going to die when the battery dies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't know if that's what the noting depicts. It doesn't really say a dead battery could potentially cause the machine to shut down even if it's pulling off of the power.
Well, we'll find out in a bit.
Yeah. And I'm intrigued that this thing crashes on 10, like Windows 10 won't do more than 10%, but Windows 11 pretty much installs all the way. This machine is weird. Almost there. %. 92. This particular battery is not physically bulged out. That's a real common failure mode. This battery is still flat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so oftentimes when battery fails, it bulbs out and it gets all bulbous. Bulges or explodes. This is not how this battery failed.
Like most of the batteries I've replaced at work
Yeah.
haven't been bulged out, but like the cells in the batteries themselves have been obviously worn out because like the battery, if you just have it on battery only, the laptop only stays powered on for like a minute or two and then it just switches itself off because obviously the cells in the batteries are worn out.
Right. Okay. So theoretically, it's rebooting. I'm actually gonna hit escape and manually tell it to boot off of the SSD. Okay, so now I'm gonna tell it to boot off of Windows boot. There we are. You can't quite read that; it's a little blasted out. The light's not right for it, but I'm choosing the SSD this time manually. So let's see if this thing physically just turns all the way off, because that's how this manifests. Oh, getting ready. I think we never got this far.
If this works, then that obviously proves that it's the battery that's causing the issue.
Which means technically you fixed it. Yeah.
I didn't fix it, I'll just Googled it.
Yeah, no, you did my Googling. You did the hard work. You Googled it. All right, getting ready.
You've been doing all the hard work because you're the one doing all the stuff in person and like physically doing it.
Well, yeah. But yeah, I think you nailed it. We never got this far before with Windows 11.
Or 10.
Right, well, Windows 10 was weird because I couldn't get very far at all. Okay, so it's restarting and it is not actually turning off. It's restarting the way it's supposed to. Good. I think this is going to work. We've never got this far before.
So now we just have to wait for that battery to be delivered to
Yes.
fix this laptop.
Yes. Okay, there we go. There's our Windows 11. Now watch this. Now remember, I told you, Windows 11, you knew that Windows Home doesn't want to do a local account, right? Did you know that?
No, I haven't
Okay.
used Windows 11 or had to image anything with Windows 11 yet, so
To
Okay.
set up your device using a screen reader, turn on Narrator by pressing Windows plus Control plus Enter. For more accessibility features, press Windows plus U, or select the accessibility.
Okay, so I'm going to click yes. Now watch this. If I hit yes, this is the home edition of Windows 11. Click yes. Skip for the keyboard.
have you got a network cable in there?
Yes. Well, it doesn't have Ethernet, So look at this. You see how the next button is grayed out until it's online?
Yeah.
So what I have to do, now that I have Windows is done, this is my USB adapter for my Ethernet.
Oh, okay.
So watch this. What I'm going to do, if you ever have to install Windows 11, obviously eventually you will, you plug this in and watch that. That next button is going to come to life. It's going to see the Ethernet. And now you look at that. See, now I can hit next, and then I'm going to take it away. And now it's forced to do a local account. So I just pulled the Ethernet connection. So the whole verbiage about checking updates is baloney. See, now I just need the customer's name. You like my humor? All right.
Yeah.
So this guy's name is Tyler. And now we have our local account on Windows Home. No password. He can give himself a password. There we go. Next. Next. Thank you. There we go. Tyler, you're all set. Minus your battery. There we go. So, Shane, I think you are ultimately our fix since you were able to Google just the right fix. And the battery was telling the machine to shut down. The battery failed, and it was screwing with the power management, which you found by Googling.
Once you've got Windows set up or whatever, it'd be an idea to get Samsung Magician installed.
Okay. Are you yeah. Yeah, okay. That actually might be included in Windows 11. So let's see if the Windows downloads do that. First thing I do, actually, this is how I set up a new computer. When a new, like this one in the box, this Dell, when we're done with this machine, the first thing I'm gonna do is totally wipe it. Because it gets rid of all the crap that comes from Dell. Like the free virus protection, the free version of Dropbox, whatever.
Whatever else.
Yeah, I had someone bring me a laptop once, and she turned it on, and the keyboard wasn't working. So, what that implies is that some beta version of some extra software got in the way of all the drivers initializing when you try to turn the machine on. So the driver for the keyboard was basically being interrupted because when I did a virgin copy of Windows, it came to life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons I like to be there. There's our Windows 11. All right. So let's see if the driver for Wi-Fi is included. Good, it is. Windows South Bay Tech Gurus. Let's get it online. W-I-N-N.
If you install Samsung Magician,
Yeah.
that allows you to improve the performance of the SSD and use the system's RAM as like a cache for the SSD.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it also makes sure that the firmware for the SSD is always up to date.
Right. Let's see if that is.
One of
Go ahead.
the other things I do on Samsung Magician is set an over-provisioning partition on the drive.
Yeah.
So that way, if there's ever bad sectors on the SSD, it can just ignore them and use the free space from the over-provisioned area.
Right. Yeah, well, you have wear leveling that is built into Windows 10 and 11 also. That's why, yeah. But yeah, we'll install that. I'm just kind of curious what Windows 11 has for firmware updates here. So let's see, we have normal updates that are always available. So there's a system, I don't know if it's firmware, but it says there's an Asus Tech Computer Inc. system update. The NVIDIA driver. Another one of the, yeah, firmware, look at that. Can you read that? You're not going to see it yet. But there's a firmware update available. Yeah, dead center of the screen. So, there are some firmware updates available through Windows Updates. So there we go. Pending install. So, wow. I'm not sure that if you didn't Google that, I would have thought to remove the battery to continue.
That's the first time I've come across that.
Yeah, exactly. How often does that happen?
Yeah.
I like the verbiage that you found in Google just implied, well, yeah, no kidding. If it's not plugged in and the battery's not good, of course it's going to shut down, right? That's where my mind was. It didn't occur to me that removing the battery would actually keep it from shutting down, even though we're already plugged in. So it was screwing with, like you said, the power management.
But if the battery's not connected, then obviously it's not going to complain about being out of power. So
Right.
if it's not connected and it can't complain about being out of power, then it's obviously going to stop it from shutting down because the laptops or the motherboard and the processor aren't getting any signals from the battery to tell it to shut down all the time.
Right. Got it. Yep. So there we go. All right. So I'm glad I actually learned that. So, I mean, this is, I'm like you said, we're both experts. We do this every day. But we found behavior we don't see, and it just throws us off. And then we have to figure out why it's behaving that way.
It's weird because Apple Macs are the complete reverse. If the battery's faulty or dodgy, then the Apple Mac runs extremely slowly.
Right.
And if you replace the battery, then it runs normally.
Right. Yeah, I did know that, but I don't. Go ahead.
With Apple Macs, if you disconnect the battery, it won't allow you to turn on the Apple Mac laptop unless you've got a battery connected.
Right.
So clearly the reverse of like Windows PCs.
All right. So we're gonna restart this. Oh, did you notice? Watch this. I'll show you next. Well, I'll show you when I restart. But it is a local account, not a Microsoft account. So you can show that feature off to any of your friends with Windows. The next time you got a machine, you got to install Windows 11 on. And if they don't want to use a Microsoft login account, you do that. You temporarily trick it by giving it, when it's creating the account, a 10-second or a 5-second long Ethernet connection.
I'm wondering what the temperatures are showing in the BIOS for
Okay.
the
Oh,
CPU
right.
and the GPU.
We'll check. It feels warm to the touch, but that I would consider. Actually, it's a pretty. We'll check. Yeah, it is. It does actually feel pretty warm. So let's check.
But that's probably normal because it hasn't had the 8 hours to cure the thermal paste.
Right.
So that's probably normal for the time being.
Well, it might be a hot running machine anyway. I know the Dell XPS 13 is kind of a pile of junk because it overheats to high heck. I've had like 20 of them in my office in the last 2 or 3 years. You know that machine?
No.
Yeah, the XPS 13 is just, it overheats to high heck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They keep you warm in the winter then.
Yeah, right. No, I've had a bunch there's probably 1 or 2 of them floating around my office right now. But yeah, it is not a reliable machine. And it's expensive. It's most of the cost of the machine. It's like a $500 motherboard on a $900 computer. Restarting. So we're doing my first batch of Windows 11 updates. That's the other thing. The firmware update might improve performance too, as far as power management and heat.
What's that?
The firmware update might help with performance also.
Possibly. Although I normally download the BIOS and firmware updates directly from the manufacturer, so I would have just gone directly to like the Asus website.
I understand. I do that only if I have to. Like I want to do the Windows update because I'm a minimalist by nature. So I only like to install what's really needed. So I'll make sure that Windows offers all of the updates for the hardware. So the other step I'm going to do here is check Device Manager to make sure I'm not missing anything obvious. Like a touchpad driver. Oh, here, you can tell right there. You see how that says it's a local account?
Yeah.
So yeah, Windows 11 Home does not allow you to do that unless you trick it the way I just showed you. But Home Windows 11 Pro does. So yeah, I'm not going to install Partition Magic, Samsung the Magician Magic until I get all these updates done. Let's see here.
I'll be interested to see what the processor and GPU are running out temperature-wise.
Yeah.
At least the processor anyway.
Right. Well, let's do that now. Let me restart this. Now that we know we have reliability here, it's going to do some more updates.
You have to say it like Arnie.
What?
You have to say it like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What?
Do it now.
Oh, do it now.
So can you do that on like Windows 11 Pro then, or not?
Do what?
That workaround.
You don't have to.
Local account.
You don't have to. Windows 11 supports it by nature. So Windows 11 is something that they want you to have to pay for so that you have the luxury of not having a Microsoft account.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're in. So battery is missing. Fan is at 3,700 RPM. BIOS version, by the way, is 3.0, or basically 300. It's not showing us temperatures, is it?
I don't know. I can't see it at the minute. I'm waiting for the video to catch up.
Yeah, give it another few seconds. Okay, so yeah, we have, CPU temperature's down by the battery. Got it. 61C.
I can't see that.
Okay, you'll see. Oh, that's because the camera's not there. There you go. Now,
Yeah.
down by the battery, you see the little heart rate graph. 62%, 62 degrees Celsius.
That's not too bad, is it?
No, it's fine. I mean, it's a warm running machine because it's so thin. There's just not that much material to take the heat away.
Yeah.
So he's got 8 gigs of RAM. He's got the AMD Ryzen 5 5500. Yeah, okay.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
Actually, it's dropping. So, well, because it's just in the BIOS, it's dropping. It's only 58 degrees now. It just dropped 3 degrees. Cool.
After he's used it for like 8 hours or so, hopefully it dropped or runs a little bit slightly cooler.
Right. Well, again, also, I want to do those firmware updates. So let's continue.
Yeah.
Save and exit. Didn't really do anything, but okay. So now we're just going to reboot. We'll finish some of those Windows updates, and then we'll do Samsung Partition Magic. What do I keep calling it?
Samsung Magician.
Magician Magic. Partition Magic used to be my favorite utility in the 90s. I don't know why I keep saying that.
This.
In the 90s, there used to be a utility called Partition Magic.
Samsung Magician.
What?
Samsung Magician.
Samsung Magician. Yeah, no, Partition Magic in the 90s was like a really easy to use partitioner. And it was so easy that you could graphically, in Windows, change the partition size. So it would change it on the fly. You wouldn't have to reinstall your OS. It was a non-destructive partition utility. And it worked really well. And eventually, I think Norton bought it, or Norton Symantec.
About that, but my favourite one is Parted Magic.
Right. Hold on, I gotta answer this line. Hold on a second. Someone's on the phone. Hi, this is Chris.
Chris Soprano.
Hello, this is Chris.
Hey Chris, this is Mark. I brought my laptop in last Friday. I was the guy that had the problem with the camera and the Zoom calls.
Oh, yes.
How you doing?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, so I was on a call a couple days ago. Same thing happened.
All right.
I could not get that video going. And, and here's something I guess to think about.
Yeah.
This is a big investment bank that I'm doing most of these Zoom calls, and apparently
Yes.
reliability
Yes,
and
it does.
access.
Yes, it does. They need to make sure that their firewall is allowing Zoom, because yeah, Zoom is a service. It uses
I
a.
mean, other people outside of their firm are logging in.
Got it.
And getting video, but no problem. Why am I not able to do that?
Have you tried other internet connections?
No, I only have one Wi-Fi here.
Right. I would try on another internet connection just to make sure your service isn't being, like your router isn't part of the problem. Can you call?
There's not a setting on Zoom. There's
Right.
nothing.
No.
There's not a setting issue at all.
No, but it is a service which needs to be optimized on routers. So I understand that you're the only one that's having this issue versus anyone else. But yeah, the first thing I would want to try is another Zoom.
I have Frontier. I mean, it's a very standard.
Yeah, I know, but the router they get. Yeah, I know.
mainstream internet provider.
Right, but still,
Could it be on their end?
it could. But like you said,
Because
other.
I've also have had issues sending emails and they don't get delivered to them.
Right. Yeah, that's where you kind of have to do some investigation. The first thing I would try, if it were me personally, is try it on another internet connection.
I don't have that. I don't have that ability.
You don't have a.
Home, I've got one
Well,
internet provider, and they used to work at some point. I mean, they did work. I was getting Zoom fine.
Right. So settings change. If you want to come back here and try a phone call from my internet connection, well, we could try that.
Okay, I'll reach out to them.
All right.
I probably will come in.
Yeah,
I
sure.
gotta get this fixed. But,
Yeah.
But let me try it them, and then I'll get back to you.
All right. Yeah. Just give me some sort of warning before you head over.
Great, thanks.
Thanks. Let's see here. All right. Hey, you there? Oh, there we are. Okay. Yeah, no, I had a customer. Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, there we are. I was trying to turn on speakerphone. No, I had a customer frustrated because he can't get his Zoom call to work right reliably. And I was telling him that it could be a firewall modification, but then I guess other people are able to work. And then I'm trying to tell him, try another internet connection. And it's like, come on over and try it. Man. So frustrating.
Yep.
Yep.
The other thing is when Windows has been running for too long, Windows doesn't perform very well, so it might be worthwhile doing like a proper full restart.
Yeah. I didn't even get that far in the conversation. I kind of wanted to have him try another internet connection because he's got the default router that comes with Frontier. And I know you can't do a lot of port forwarding in those cheap little $40 or $50 routers they offer up. So I didn't want to have too much of a technical conversation with someone who's asking me to do just a Zoom fix. What fixed it last? What?
Or maybe even just power off his router and for like 10 seconds or something and then power it back on again.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but you understand when someone says, I don't have another internet connection to try. Really? You can't just go. One, I offered them to come over here. And two, it's like, well, go to Starbucks. Try that connection. How do you not?
Oh.
Go
or
ahead.
even install like Zoom on his smartphone and do it like use his mobile data connection, not his Wi-Fi.
I didn't even get that far. Wow. Yeah, you know how many people have hotspots as part of their cellular plan without even realizing it? Yeah.
Or like you say, even tethering to his mobile phone.
Right. I didn't even get that far. So, he sounded fairly frustrated. Not with me, but I can tell that he's pretty tense. There's some anxiety there. But it gets frustrating when it's like, well, I don't have access to an internet connection. You do know that there's a ton of internet connections out there. Go to Starbucks, go to your favorite coffee company, go borrow their internet connection. Don't just shut down and say I don't have access to another internet connection. Yeah. All right, good. So we're doing some updates. All right. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to restart. We've got a lot of updates done.
At least it's not shutting down randomly.
Well, no, I think you got it. No, I think you fixed it. You found that issue. The battery was literally the issue.
But you would have found it if you'd have Googled it anyway. But
Yeah.
because we're on the call, obviously. Does your phone not allow you to Google something while we're on the call or something?
No, I can't. I just had the phone. You're up because we're live. I'm trying to capture your video. Your phone, the speaker on the phone is like literally an inch from my big ol' XLR microphone, so that you sound like you're in front of me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Normally, when I'm more prepared, I'd have the phone plugged into the mixer, but I'm moving everything everywhere. So the mixer's actually behind. You can actually see the mixer over my right shoulder there, right there.
Yeah.
You can actually. I usually plug my phone into that mixer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But now I think I found a new favorite place to work. Now I just got to make it all pretty and get rid of some of my extra crap. This has been pretty messy in here for a while, but now I'm starting to get serious about when we all get kicked out of this office. I want to be able to be minimal about it and not have a bunch of crap to worry about. Have all my stuff more secure. Go ahead.
Where are you moving to then? If
I
you're
don't-
saying you're like getting kicked out or whatever.
I don't know about the office, but I have some property in the desert, so I rented some space out there. So I'll just pile all my stuff I don't really want to throw out there, maybe either this weekend or the next weekend. And that way, there's just a lot of stuff I won't have to worry about.
Hmm.
So yeah, I have a piece of dirt out in the middle of the desert. All right, still, this is our third or fourth time restarting.
Yeah, you need to clean that screen because that's irritating.
Oh yeah, well right now, because it's calibrated for a darker screen, this white has totally blasted out my ISO here. Let's see here. Oh, there we are. Ah, there we are. I brightened up the screen there. So this is, for all intents and purposes, is fixed. Minus the battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's your laptop. It's a desktop, but without a battery. There you go. I mean, it's a laptop without a battery, yes.
You've like upgraded it and downgraded it at the same time, so it's effectively like a desktop PC now.
Right. Right.
It's like that movie, what is it? Batteries Not Included.
Oh man, you're old. I know that movie. Yeah, that's from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an old movie. There we are. Updates are underway. There's a new word my Microsoft learned. Underway.
How many Microsoft minutes until it's like updated properly?
I think I've restarted this thing 4 times now, so there might be one more update before all the updates are done.
You have to reboot it again because you moved the mouse cursor.
Right. Yeah. No, I think there were 2 firmware updates available. And that is a first. I've never had to remove a battery to keep it from shutting down. I knew that Apple had their issues, but I've never seen this issue on a PC.
You have now.
Yes. So these are, so the 870 EVO Samsung 1TB, that's what I'm installing in a more traditional Dell, an older Dell. It's older, it has a mechanical drive right now.
So what's in this? What SSD have you got in this ZenBook then?
This is a 500 gig 980 Pro right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's ironic, the message that you've got on the screen at the minute. Please keep your computer on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's take the power out right now.
Yeah. As opposed to earlier on when we had the battery connected and the battery kept shutting the laptop down.
Right. Well, I think the first thing would be to check, like you said, what we did was ultimately make sure the CPU isn't overheating.
And the GPU, which you obviously did at the same time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's really warm, but I wouldn't call it uncomfortably warm. Some of these machines, like I said, the XPS 1330. No, 1330 was when I was doing warranty repair for Dell. That was like 10 years ago. That thing was a pile of junk.
I think like processor temperature wise and definitely GPU temperature,
Yeah.
I think they can run at like 80 or 90 degrees Celsius.
Right.
Maybe a little bit more, but not much more.
Right.
And like that's considered like the top end, like temperature wise for them.
Right.
But I know GPUs run a bit hotter than processors.
Yeah, I'm actually not familiar with that. I didn't realize a GPU traditionally does run faster than a CPU.
I don't mean faster. I just mean like hotter.
I'm sorry. I meant hotter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've said faster, but
like obviously the cooler you can get them to run, the better.
yeah, sure. His CPU might not have even been running hot, but while we were at it, that's the most obvious thing to check.
Yeah. I mean, that's a given with regards to the temperatures anyway.
Oh, look at this. So the this M2 SSD has a read-write speed of 7,000 megs. The it shows you how much faster an M2 is than a SATA SSD is, because the read-write rate on a SATA.
Where does it show you that on the
Yes.
Samsung box?
On the box. So there we go. So the Evo 870 only reads at 560 megs. Right there.
Presumably that's a SATA-based drive as opposed to an M2
Right. Yes.
PCI Express one.
Yes, here's our PCI drive here, our 7000. This is why a lot of these machines have the option of going either SATA or
But
M2.
that depends on the connector that you're installing the drive into, because the Dell laptop I've got currently, I've got a 980 Pro connected into a PCI Express Generation 3.0 connector,
Right.
and it doesn't only get about 2,500 or 3,000 megabits per second,
Right.
read and write roughly.
Got it.
Whereas I've got Samsung Magician installed, and it keeps telling me to install it into a PCI Express Generation 4 connector.
Right.
Obviously, I can't do that because the laptop doesn't have any PCI Express 4.0 connectors on it.
Right.
But obviously, if I did, then yeah, I should get the full 7,000 megabits per second if it was a PCI Express Gen 4 connector.
Right. So this machine technically had two issues. No, it had the... I'm wondering if this original 256 gig drive was bad. I'm trying to think.
What was it doing before then? Was it doing the same with regards to shutting down all the time?
No, it gave us that error message about how Windows wasn't restarted properly or something. I'll have to look at the error message from the beginning of the video.
I don't know. I never properly saw the message.
Yeah, you'll see it if you look at the video when it's new. After this thing, after the video processes after a couple hours, look at it from the very beginning. I started off with that error message on the screen. And we got that message on both the new and the old drive. So that implies the battery ultimately might have been the only issue. You know what I mean?
Presumably, because the battery was made the laptop keep shutting down
Yes.
at random times, and it wasn't allowing the Windows installer to install all the files or copy the files across correctly.
You know what? Yeah. Well, yeah. So I'm wondering if this original 256 gig drive was even bad.
But it's not a bad upgrade because
No, it's an upgrade, and yeah, I mean, I think he'll be happy with it. I'm not complaining, except that
you double the capacity and the storage, and also it's a much better drive anyway because it's more reliable and
faster,
quicker and better.
Yes. Yeah, this last update's taken a while. Speaking of which. There we are. So you have to calibrate this brightness for a black screen versus a white one. 20%, 23, 24.
Where's it showing that?
Oh, we're still looking at it. You'll see it in about 10 or 20 seconds.
Oh, there we go.
30%.
Yeah, you need to clean the screen.
Yeah, I'll do that, I promise.
You can see all the dirt all over the screen.
Yeah.
It's almost like a crime scene.
Just all that dust. Well, that helps a little bit. That's just, yeah, there's still dust on it. %, 100%. There we are, Tyler.
And you got screen cleaner.
Yeah, I do. My office is a mess. I'll have to go find it. In fact, I found a big bottle cleaning up yesterday. So, where is it? Yeah, I'll do it later. There we are. Oh, see, this is where they're trying to get us into our online account. Look at that. Let's finish setting up your device. What they're implying is that it's not finished because we don't have a Microsoft account logged in. So let's finish setting up your device. Windows Hello. Your device needs to connect to a few more Microsoft services to help you work more easily and securely across all your devices. Select Continue to get started on a few clicks. Windows Hello helps you sign in quickly. Securely unlock your device with a touch or a smile. Lovely. Achieve more with Microsoft 365 subscription. Get premium Office apps and 1 terabyte of cloud storage, advanced security, and more. Link your phone and PC. Access your phone's photos, texts, and more right on your PC.
If you want a more secure operating system, please install Linux.
Yeah. Keep your files more secure in the cloud with OneDrive. Great peace of mind knowing they're backed up and accessible. Enhance your browsing experience. Restore Microsoft's recommended browser settings. God, remind me later. Okay, cool. So now we'll check one more time. I think all our updates are pretty much done. One little update, a DTS extension. Installing now. Okay, so Samsung, let's go get that partition magic. Hold on. Gosh darn it.
Samsung Edition.
Thank you. Samsung. There we are.
getting that from the Samsung website?
Yes.
Or you just searching like Microsoft Store or?
No, I'm gonna go to I'm on the Samsung's website right now.
Oh, okay.
You can see. Oh yeah, you can't. You're 30% behind. Okay. To redirect to Samsung proprietary software downloads. Okay, this software helps in the following way. It syncs your PC with the drive and manages it. It provides Windows-based firmware updates without any loss of data. It maintains your SSD in peak performance for a long time. There we go. Like you said, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so come on, give us the download. Yes, we accept. Continue. There we go. Stop. It just asked me 3 times for cookies. Come on.
At least it's not a diabetes website.
All right, where's this stupid link for the download?
I don't know. I'll just Google it and I'll just.
All right, let's see. They keep trying to sell me other products. Let's see here. Just give me the darn download.
I'll just Google it.
I did, and then it got me all through that. Oh, there we are. Hold on, I think I found it. Samsung Musician. It came up it tried to sell me an ad in another tab, and I got lost. All right, Samsung Musician. Yeah. Here, buy something else. We know you're trying to get the utility, but buy something else.
Yeah.
Samsung Magician software and consumer SSDs. Okay.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Yeah, right. Okay, I found the download link. Found it. Gee golly. Samsung Magician software for consumer SSDs. Oh, I gotta turn the brightness down because it's a white screen. Oh no, wrong direction. There we are. Okay. Download.
Was there something wrong? Because I can't see very much of the screen on the.
I just
video
fixed it.
screen.
I just fixed it because it was calibrated for a black screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have to manually adjust the exposure. That's not part of the autofocus. So I have to manually change that.
Oh.
Okay, so there. Accept.
Extract it and run it.
Yeah, the last time I installed Windows, it automatically downloaded this software. That's why I'm not used to doing this manually.
Do it now.
Do it now. Do it. Do it.
Like Nike.
Right. All right, phone's ringing again. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hi, this is Chris.
Hello, Chris Soprano.
Hi, this is Chris.
Hey, Chris, it's Paul again.
Yes.
See if it's a good time.
Yeah, well, I gotta go get some lunch. It's already 1 o'clock. So, let me get some lunch and then I'll be available like around 2.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Swing by around then.
Thanks.
Sounds good.
All right,
Thank you.
bye.
Yep, bye.
All right, you still there? You still there? Ah, there we are. Are you there? All right. So, okay. So yeah. Hey, look, we got an update available. So
If you go to the performance optimization section.
yeah. So basically, it says latest version right now. Current version. Yeah. Latest version is 7.0.1. Click
Yeah.
update. Check system compatibility for optimal SSD performance. Your computer.
Update the firmware version on the SSD.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, you can see that on the screen. Your computer will be shut down after updating firmware in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Click OK. Yes, there we are. Yeah, I just like to do all the Windows updates first. So now we got to
shut down, and then you have to power it back on.
Okay, so it's not going to just do a restart. It's going to turn itself all the way off. Got it.
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
And then if you OK that.
Shutting down.
If you click OK.
I didn't have to. I just let it. So you can do OK to shut down now, or you can wait 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like it shut down. It did not restart. So now I'll turn it back on. Yes, it turns on.
And then when it's turned back on again, open up Samsung Magician again.
Yeah.
And then we can do the over provisioning on the drive.
Right.
And also do the performance optimization on it.
Got it. Let's see here. NVIDIA, we gotta wait for it to boot. Everything's not booted yet. Hold on. I'm waiting for the shortcut for the Magician software to show up. There it is. Samsung Magician. There we are. Can you see it?
I'm still waiting for Windows to load on the video.
All right. I'll wait for you.
Thanks.
All right, so the drive apparently is operating at 49 degrees Celsius.
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Although the one in my work laptop runs at about 40 degrees.
Right. Oh, the DTS audio driver just got installed. Yeah, that needed a restart.
On the left-hand side, if you go to performance optimization.
Performance optimization, yes. Full power mode. There we are. We're going to do full performance mode. Apply.
Yeah.
Do you want to apply full performance mode? Caution, product warranties may not apply to the drive's high temperature and data loss due to oh, interesting. Well, that's interesting. So they're actually implying that if you use high mode that their own 5-year warranty is going to be shortened? Is that what that says?
I don't know. I don't remember getting that.
Well, that's kind of what it implies. Okay, so performance optimization, the text that it offers up is, do you want to apply full performance mode? Caution, product warranties may not apply to the drive's high temperature and data loss due to long-term. Oh, I think what they're implying is that if we burn up the rest of the computer, it's not our fault.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's kind of how that reads. Huh. Well, that's interesting to know. I think I like the idea of standard mode.
Yeah.
Because right
Just
now...
leave it on standard mode then, and then... So if you cancel that then, and just leave it on standard mode.
Okay, how do we do... Can we do the provisioning without going to full-fledged?
You should be able to.
Okay, yeah, custom mode. There we are. So custom allows us to do the over-provisioning. There we are. There. Now we'll hit apply. Yeah, that verbiage about overheating and warranty cancellation does not bode well with me.
Yeah.
All right. Applying custom mode. Good. So the only thing that's not enabled is full power mode. So it shouldn't run as hot as they're implying.
On custom mode, does it say that trim status is enabled?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes. There we are. So now I think we're good, aren't we? Yes, I think
Once
this...
that's applied, if you go to the over provisioning section, what does that show on the over provisioning section.
Let's see here. Optimization, over provisioning is checked. Makes an unallocated space to perform better and last longer. Apparently, it has a 10% overhead of space being used.
Yeah, that's normal. And then, what antivirus are you putting on this machine?
With Windows 11, I let the customer choose. If I tell someone to buy virus protection, the only thing I tell people is ESET, not 32.
Oh, okay, because that over provisioning thing is a good thing to do with regards to if the drive ever comes, or sorry, not comes, if the drive ever has bad sectors, then it is able to ignore the bad sectors and use free space from the over provisioned area of the drive.
Right.
But one of the things is that's an attack vector for like hackers and that sort of thing, because they can get viruses and malware and trojans and stuff to be stored in the over provisioned area.
Right.
So obviously it'd be a good idea to get some form of antivirus on the system.
Right. Well, I had that conversation with the customer in person. I don't want to take the initiative of just putting something on there. Sometimes people are married to Norton. They say, well, I've had Norton or McAfee forever, and I just try to bite my tongue. So, yeah, that's pretty much how that goes.
Yeah, for me, I prefer either like Bitdefender or Not 32 or...
Yeah, Not 32 is my go-to. If someone wants to buy virus protection, that's where I send them.
Yeah.
All right, I think this is, for all intents and purposes, a fixed computer. I need to get some lunch. It's already past my lunchtime.
Oh, okay.
So do you want to come back after I come live again? Because we'll talk about setting up this Dell if you want. Are you going to be around?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Well, it's about 9:30 my time. How long are you going to be for lunch?
Probably just going to get a sandwich next door. So maybe in a half hour I'll be ready. I'll just order it, eat it.
Ping me a message when you're ready and we'll carry on.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
All right.
Catch you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
So there you go. You just watched two experts struggle with installing Windows on a brand new SSD. I'm going to take off. I'm going to get lunch. If you want to join in on the conversation and you're in the United States, give me that phone call at 855-434-8787. Shane's actually in the UK. He says hi to me through Facebook Messenger, South Bay Tech Gurus. I'll be back. I got to eat. Bye.